Thank you for agreeing to do this. We appreciate it.
All day. Thank you, man. Thank y'all.
Appreciate it, man.
Yo, so we want to welcome you to the No Ideas Original Podcast. My name is Shannon, that's Zane, that's Rob. And of course, we joined today by the legend Father MC. What's good, my brother?
Peace. What's good?
Yo, let's get right into it. You know, how did you get into music? And beyond that, how the hell did you end up on Uptown Records at a time when Uptown Records was the shit?
It's crazy, man. I got into music because I'll make it a long story short.
Bro, give it.
We got time, good brother. We got time.
I was in Brooklyn, you know, being a youngster, crazy. Moms had to relocate to Queens.
Right.
So I didn't have nobody in Far Rockaway, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't know nobody. So I just started picking up the pen and started relying on it and dealing with it. And it became something I really fell in love with. So start going to the studio, you know. I met Kurt Whitley. He was the A&R for Uptown.
Okay.
And Kurt Whitley used to tell me to change my words, but he was paying for my studio time. You know? So I was loving that, but he kept telling me to change some of the words, you know, and I was like, I could deal with it for but so long. And I just decided to walk away because I thought it was going to be the center. Like, I'm with Uptown. I'm dealing with, you know, the A&R, the president of A&R, Uptown.
Right.
And I was watching Heavy D. I was watching Finesse and Quist, Groovy Chill, Guy, Albie Show. I was watching all of them cats. Ultramagnetic,
yeah, they was on there.
They was under Uptown management. So I was watching them and I was like, damn, gotta get on. But he kept telling me to change. So what I did was I stopped messing with him. I just broke off from him. Start paying for my own stuff, you know, going back to that. And I met Dante Ross. He was the president at Tommy Boy at the time. Real dope. He said to me, Father, listen, I can sign you to Tommy Boy right now, but I'm leaving. I'm getting ready to be president at Elektra. If you want to wait 6 months, come with me over there. So now I'm like, damn, I was in a rush. I was like, I don't know. So I'm still politicking with these cats and I'm getting to know a lot of people because I was training it at the time. Like, I wasn't in the whip. I was on the train, the A train going uptown. And I just was meeting all these cats. So then LL Cool J's mother took me to meet Leo Cohen.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was signed to an independent record label out of Far Rockaway called Stupid Fresh Records. And Leo Cohen paid for me to get out of that contract. So they gave me a contract.
So this is the story. This is the story of KFC. You working at Kentucky Fried Chicken in Uptown.
Yeah, I've been working at Kentucky the whole time. You know, the streets of Kentucky. That's all.
That's it. That was the hustle.
Yeah, all day. That paid for my studio. I ain't gonna front. But and then they still wouldn't, you know, when Leo came to me. So I seen how Uptown was blowing up though. And I always wanted Uptown. For some reason, I felt Uptown. So I had contracts from all of these labels. So I go back to Uptown now. I did this record called It's Time to Go Prime. And that's when house music was in. That woo, 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 woo. And I did a record called It's Time to Go Prime, and it was crazy. And that's the record that was catching all of these execs. And I did it myself. Me and CJ, a producer from Astoria, from Hollis or Astoria, I forget, but it was me and him, and we did that record. And next you know, I go to Uptown. Now I got all these contracts. I go to Uptown, and I want management. I don't even think about no Uptown Records. I just want the management because I saw Albie Shaw, like me, dressed regular.
Right.
In his video, I see him and all these chicks going nuts. And I'm seeing this dude like regular before. It's like overnight, like boom. Man, I went back to Uptown with all the paperwork. I'm saying like this, yo. And I felt good. I was like, yo, I just want to management. I ain't going for nothing else. So they said, let me see what you got. So I'm standing near the door. You know how the door could slam in front of you?
Right.
I'm right there. So they playing the record. Andre burst in the room. The door, he don't see me. He's here. The door's in front of me. He don't see me. And he said, yo, who's that? And they said, that's your man. He said, who? Fog MC. He said, that black motherfucker. And still not seeing me. I'm behind the door now, right? And they said, yo, he's right there. You tell him yourself. So I'm like, yo, what's up, Dre? Now, all right, that's how you feel about me, right? He's like, and he says, yo, you start going with the spill. Yo, I'm gonna blow you up. I'm gonna make you a celebrity. You're gonna do. We're gonna take you around the world. Do. And they looking at Andre like, yo, Dre, like chill, like yo, he ain't here for a record deal. I said, what are you here for? He just want management. I said, you want management with that record? He said, what, you gonna shop? You gonna go shop? And Bob Celestin, the lawyer for Uptown, has said, yo, we got a problem. He got all these contracts on the table. He don't need it. He don't really need us, basically. So Dre said, listen, he said, let me hear that record again. They played It's Time to Go Prime again. He said, he sent somebody, because that's when Uptown was in Brooklyn, and he sent somebody to the bank. The bank was right next to the Long Island Railroad. And it was closing time too. And he said, I want you to go withdraw me $1,000. I don't still know what's going on. I'm just like, okay. He said like this. He said, so we start talking. The kid came back from that worked for him, came back. He said, listen, I want you to take this $1,000 and it's yours. Whether you sign with us or not, it's yours. He said, you won't owe me nothing. He said, just give me until Tuesday. I said, like, it's Friday. I'm like, I ain't got shit to lose. Fuck it, Tuesday.
Okay. That's fair game right there.
Water in my pocket. And that's when the rooftop Latin quarters and other stuff. I'm like, I'm ready. I'm leaving. I'm happy. I got a G. I'm on the Long Island Railroad. Like, I was more excited about the G than he told me the whole thing. So he said, on Tuesday, if I don't beat them, then the G is yours. You don't owe us nothing, and we'll manage. Damn. So I did a home run. You know what I'm saying? To me, I get the call. I'm working at Kentucky Fried Chicken at this point. I get a call at the job around 4:30, and it's Bob Celestin. And I said, hello. I answered because I was, paying attention to that phone all day. I was holding that phone. And he calls at 4:30. I'll never forget it. And he said, yo, you could quit. Yeah. I said, quit what? I said, Bob, don't play, man. I'll never forget. I said, yo, Bob, don't play, man, because you got to have me quit. I'll quit right now, money. You don't even understand. And the rush was coming in, like at 5 o'clock rush. You
were getting for work?
Yeah, they have one of them specials, like 20 pieces of chicken for $20 or something, right? and the rush was coming, so I was like this. I was like, yo, Bob, man, I'm telling you, man, stop, man. You're going to give me fired. I'll quit. I'm telling you. He said, listen, we got a check for you. We got a deal memorandum for you. Dre beat everybody. He beat everybody. He said, so come and get your stuff, and we got the contract, and you take it to your attorney, whatever, but we're going to put some money in your pocket, come up and snatch something, but that's not included in my advance.
Wow. Right.
You feel me? So I'm like, y'all niggas just gave me a G. I'm going to be owing, and I was smart to the game a little bit. Like, I'm owing all the shit. And he was like, you'll owe it, but you ain't got to pay us back for like a year.
Damn. Andre Harrell came correct. Rest in peace.
Andre Harrell, not only did he beat everybody, but he bought me a studio.
Damn.
This is before people had, he bought me an entire studio because he wanted all his artists. He bought it for everybody, every artist stuff. He wanted every artist to transfer the transformation from being an artist to being a producer. So you could be making your own stuff and keeping your budget.
Right.
So he was damn near teaching us, preparing us for the future, but he loved the fashion. He told me I fit into what they're gonna do with Uptown. You
was a fly ass nigga, keeping it in the G, son. You have me, I'm gonna keep it a stack. You have me wanting to wear silk shoots, and I was a young cat, but I was wearing Bally's. I was wearing Bally's and suede fronts. And
Yes,
all
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
Yo,
Yeah.
around all that talent, how was it difficult being around all that talent and still putting out good music?
Nah. What I did was I never paid attention to none of them. I never paid attention to none of them. I liked their music that they was putting out, but I never wanted to go to the studios and hang out. I didn't want to go in like a trip and hang out and do all that. I wanted to stay in my zone and stay out my way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When we went on tour, and it made everybody respect everybody more.
Right.
You know, Uptown was a family. Like, you'll see us on tour, you'll see us, but Uptown really, well, Casey and Mary were a couple.
Mm-hmm.
They were in each other. You know what I'm saying? I was like considered the hoe of Uptown, basically. They considered me the hoe. I ain't mad. It's the truth. I mean,
you did that Playgirl special too, son.
I was not mad either. I'm looking for them niggas now to knock my door.
That's right, bro, man style.
Hey, you know, but man, I had so much fun at Uptown because it taught me, you know, like the business. The when I really realized that Uptown was the truth, man, is when I used to come to go to all these record labels, and I used to hate it. Like when you go to receptionist desk and you got to stand and wait for somebody to come, and then you tired of standing, so you sit in that couch area. I used to hate that. And all the celebrities that were big would go walk past you, like, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I always said if I ever got the opportunity, any label I'm on, when I see young cats in that lobby, I'm gonna just build with them and talk to them because I know the feeling. You feel what I'm saying?
That's right.
It was.
Tell me about, okay, when you that day when you walked out of that office, okay, when you had got the G up front that you really didn't have to pay back, and you knew that all these other steps was starting to go for you. Tell me that feeling, man. Once you got home, were you just calling everybody on your phone, like, yo, guess what happened, or did you keep it like quiet as kept for a while and wait?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I went to Jamaica Avenue, in Jamaica Avenue in Queens. I went to the Coliseum, and they had
Coliseum. I knew he was gonna say that.
I went to the Coliseum, and they had the Shirt Kings was in there. My dudes, the Shirt Kings, and then they had this booth where you could make a video, right? And the videos was, you know, like cheap videos, but it looked good though. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't nothing to compare with the videos that I've done, but it was good for me not being out. So I went to there, and I had this record called The Agenda. And I went in there, paid $5.99 and shot a video by myself. You know, you could pick the backgrounds and all of that.
Right.
I took it to my dancer in Queens. I got off the train on Mott Avenue. And I was just so in the head, so fucked up. Like, I was like, damn, I did this shit. I talked to God, thanking him. You know what I mean? I thanked him, and I said, this is my opportunity. And I swore to myself, I said, I want to buy my mom's a house.
There you go.
I think with that $1,000, the thing, I knew I couldn't buy a house with $1,000, right? But I'm saying, after I go get some fucking old English, I'm gonna go buy a stack of English for the crew. I'm going home, man, and I took that walk because I lived in Bayswater in Far Rockaway. Mm-hmm. So it was like a good 15-minute walk to Mott Avenue. And I used to do that just praying. Like, and you know, that was when I went to IS 53 out there when I got transferred from Brooklyn to Queens. Mm-hmm. I used to walk in the snow, like all the way to school. And I used to always just be fantasizing when I walk on Madison Square Garden. I had the earmuffs, I had a thing with the earmuffs, riggamajigged, where I could hear my, you know, music, you know, and I'd just be like, this is how I'm walking on stage. Next thing you know, I'm at school. Ooh. You know? So
see that?
My brother had took me to the funniest shit. My brother took me for my birthday. He took me to see Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, LL Cool J, and all of them at Madison Square Garden. I'm gonna bug you out. So that's when I started getting my name, becoming Father MC, right? So I used to spell my name, Farther, Father, like
Father, yeah.
stupid or whatever, but that's how it was, right? And I remember carving Father, like Farther in the seats in Madison Square Garden.
I was here.
Yeah, that's what I put. Father was here.
Damn.
Y'all gonna think I'm bullshitting. That chair and that seat was still there when I landed on Madison Square Garden to perform at Madison Square Garden, and we sold it out. And I remember the sound check. I didn't remember the seat exactly, but I knew the row. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I remember I sat in the middle, and my brother got good seats. So we was like the row up from the stage, just like it was back, but it was the first row from the stage. And I remember I carved it, and I just wanted to see was it there, and it was still there. And I wanted to buy that seat so bad, but they wouldn't let me get it. But
it's crazy. It's crazy. Usually when we're on here, I usually ask an artist, how important is imagination? And you just put it all in perspective right there, son.
Yeah.
Idea and doing that.
Let me say, it's funny you mentioned Shirt Kings, because we had Shirt Kings on a couple of episodes ago. We interviewed Shirt Kings. Good, very, very good dude. In fact, he's related to Rob.
Yeah, it's my cousin.
Okay.
Yeah, we found out. You know what I want to ask you about? Mark Morales, aka Prince Marky D, underrated producer, writer, everything. A lot of people don't know the work he put in. What was it like for you working with Mark Morales?
It's crazy because getting the Mark. Okay, so I signed to Uptown now, right? I had this album, and it was called "I'm Back and I'm Better." I'm back. It's my turn. And we were headed to shoot the video, everything. I get the call. Andre called me. He want to do lunch or mid dinner or some shit. And he had everybody at this dinner. Puff, Bob Celestin, Steve Lucas, and him. So I get to the thing, and I'm happy because I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm the new savior of the day. Because, you got to realize, when I came in, I had to carry a lot of weight. You had Heavy D, Albie Shore, Guy, Groove Be Chill, Ness and Quest.
Right.
Magnetic, right? That's the first tier of Uptown. Success. My tier, I came in with Father MC, Jodeci, Mary, Christopher Williams. That's it. Who's first up the bat? Father MC. Which artist was solidified? None of them. People don't realize Mary J had a record with Jeff Redd when Jeff Redd was the artist, and he came out.
Right.
And the record didn't really take off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm holding the whole shit. Now it's me, and I'm coming out a new artist. I'm known in New York, but so what? You got the whole world. It was bigger. It was bigger than anything. And I'm coming out introducing 4 brothers that could sing, but I'm talking about women.
Right.
So it was off the bat, I was a sellout. You get what I'm saying? Or it was
right. Or some hip hop. Yeah. Because you're singing, you got the singing going on.
Me a sellout was crazy. I ain't gonna mention no names and throw dirt, but it was a hardcore hip hop group that said, "Yo, Father's selling out," because he got singing on it. I'm working on my next album. Niggas coming out with singing too, so of course I stepped on it. You know what I'm saying? The niggas get berries in their food when you walk up to a dude. But anyway,
that's right.
In the Mark Morales, so I'm on the train. I got the G in my pocket, so I said, "Let me see what I'm gonna do, man." So before I went to Rockwood, I was going to go to Green Acres Mall. Mark was in Green Acres Mall, and I seen him, and he was like, everybody in Queens heard of Father MC and everything, because I won the USA roller skating rink, so my name was out there. And Mark said, "Yo, what's going on?" I said, "Man, I was a little down because the meeting, and Bob Celestin made it real clear. Like he said to me, my single was "I'm Back," and Mark said, "Nigga, you back from what? You back from where? Where you been?" He said, "Listen, man, you want to have a Benz and be in the projects, or do you want a damn mansion and have a Bentley?" Like I want that. And then he said, Dre said, "Listen, man," he said, "I'll scrap this album. You won't have to pay for it. If you listen to us, let's start all over. I got a photo shoot lined up, stylist, everything. Let's start all over. If you do it our way, we'll take care of everything. You ain't got to worry about that other album. If you do it your way, I'm giving you an option. If you do it your way, we'll support you. But if it don't work, I'm letting you know I'm dropping you."
Wow. That
He
was
said,
pressure.
"If you do it our way and it don't work, we'll exercise the option and pick up that album."
Okay.
So I was like, "Oh shit, I got a win-win situation." It was crazy. He was like, "You know, you need to make records now. We need to make real records." And I was like, "Real records? Like what do you, I couldn't understand what you mean, real records." And he said, "I want you to check out the stylist we're gonna have for you at the photo shoot." So then the photo shoot comes and they have everybody from Uptown. Everybody. Def Jam was at the set too. You know what I mean? But the one was for shoot was for Def Jam and one set was for Uptown. And I'll never forget, it was the Source magazine. And that's when Uptown introduced all their artists. And I don't know if the stylist had me in a hat, a trench coat, glasses, and I'm in the middle of the magazine in the Source. And it said Father MC. And that was the first introduction to Father MC with the world. I said, "Holy shit." And that shit looked so good because it looked like I sold platinum already, right? So I'm at Mark at Green Acres and I'm like, "Yo, man, I need some real records, man. I need some radio joints, man." He said, "Yeah, you got radio records. I heard some of your records." I said, "Nah, he says, "Oh, you mean they want you daytime records, radio?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah."
You had radio on lock too, man.
On lock, baby. But it took a minute to get there, boy. And then he said, what do you feel?" He said, "We got Corey's at his house. And he said, we got the little setup if you want to go and, do it." I was like, "All right, let's go." Got in his Porsche, we go, boom. I rock with Corey Rooney. Corey's a bad MFer, man. He's fighting wise, singing wise, talented brother all the way around. I thought him and Marky D was Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis. That's really how I could really put it, insinuate it. Like they can get down with the best of them. You know what I mean? And I think they got shortchanged in the game on their production skill and writing skill because Corey's just not even rated where he really should be on the singing. He could go and make an album in 10 seconds and be that dude.
Yeah, I agree.
And Mark is just talented. And I ain't on no nut rotten. Because he the Fat Boys. I worked with him. So I saw it like myself. I saw it when I'm over him being the Fat Boys. You get what I'm saying? Now I'm man, we working. And I'm not even concerned about them niggas, the Fat Boys. I'm concerned about Father MC right now.
Right.
So I'm seeing how dope and instrumental he is to the second half of Corey. And I'm seeing it for myself. And I'm like, these guys is crazy.
Wow.
And us three putting our heads together, man, and coming up with the ideas. And I already had Treat Them Like You Want to Be Treated because the crackheads I saw on the Long Island Railroad, I swear this was like a movie, like from New Jack City or something. Like, when Chris Rock in here, "Yo, dude, I'm gonna kill you." I seen the girl, and she said, the crackhead said, "Yo, you don't treat me like I want to be treated." I owe the crackhead like around $2 million or something. I don't even know. And so when it stuck to me, I just like treat him like I want to be treated. You want to be treated. And then I just started coming up with that. And then Corey starts singing it. We make the record. I write the record at Corey's house. We write the record. The record was crazy without Jodeci at this point. We take the record up to Andre, the Uptown.
Mm-hmm.
Andre loved the record. And he's like, but we not spinning on it yet. We not spinning. He said, listen. So Mark said, listen, Dre, we got studios. This is pre-production. We know studios that, we ain't charging y'all nothing. He said, and Dre said, you going to do records on Father and you ain't going to give us a bill? What you keep, you pay us for. What you don't, is on us.
Okay.
Smartest decision Mark made for him and Corey, because they accepted every record that we've done.
Damn.
Wow.
Yo,
congratulations on the anniversary of Father's Day. But sticking to treat them like, was it really 46 remixes?
It was more than that. It really was more than that. Because the album wasn't done, right? No one expected for Treat 'em to take off. I think they put that record out to get me out the way. Like really? They didn't know if it didn't work, they're gonna drop me. You get what I mean? So they didn't know what it was. That's just my personal, what I believe.
Right.
Well, Treat 'em, they put that shit out. It was over. MCA, the parent company, was like, we got a problem.
Push it.
This kid, Father MC, is on fire.
It's on fire. Hell fucking
is. They had, the album wasn't done. I didn't have time to finish the album because they got me traveling now, doing all these promotional gigs. And then I'm signed to ICM. So ICM now, the promotional joints is over. Now all of these promoters are coming to the table, paying for Father MC to do a show. So I'm out there doing promotional. I'm doing shows. MCA is getting mad at ICM. So MCA is picking up the tour dates and paying me because it's conflicting. It's confliction with them. They're the same dates.
Yeah.
Right.
So MCA would pay me for promotional shit that usually I'd be doing for free.
Wow, nice.
And then I go around the corner. After I do that, ICM would rebook me with the promoters. You get what I'm saying? Give them a different date. So it was crazy. And it was crazy. So how I'll Do For You, I had Dave Hollister on the original I'll Do For You.
Underrated too.
Yeah, that one.
Yo, Dave.
I had Dave Hollister on I'll Do For You, and the world never heard it because Andre was like, he said, okay, we got to put out another single for Father MC. And you got to understand, Treat 'em Like You Want to Be Treated was out for damn near 9 months by itself.
Yeah.
But by itself. And it had all of these remixes, radio, club, every type of mix you could think of. So what happened was Drake called all the producers and said, yo, we got to get I'll Do For You. We don't want the same thing for radio. They keep asking. So Mark and Corey went, we got Mary. Kurt Woodley was managing Mary, and he discovered Mary. He got her, and we did. Then Corey put that To Be Real, boom. And Mary went in there and killed it. They played it for Dre. I'll never forget. Dre was like, that's the single. We said, we know that's the single. We talking about I'll Do For You, the record. He said, no, I'm not doing the Dave Hollister joint. I'm doing the
The upgrade.
Let me say this though, real quick though. You know what? And because I'm listening to you talk about like just even taking the guidance and trust and judgment in Andre Harrell to allow him to guide you to say like, look, if we go this way, I'm gonna make you a star and it's gonna take off. In this day and age, there's not a lot of artists that actually sit back and take that guidance. So for you, you made the right decision clearly.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I knew. If I signed to Def Jam and I had a whole bunch of labels, I just don't believe in my heart of hearts that the labels would have knew what to do with Father MC like Uptown did.
Right.
And do I think I would have had success? Absolutely, because it was a lot of dough that was involved with it that would have been put into me. But really, to do what Uptown did, I don't think there was a label prepared to do that. Yeah.
Tell me about your first experience going out of the U.S. and going to London, selling out of London and all that. Traveling the world, seeing other races attract, gravitate towards your craft.
It was crazy. Our first show was in Canada. 8 people came. 8 people came, and that was including my moms and pops too.
Wow.
Real shit. At the end of the day, we was out with us and Groovy Chill, right? This is the funniest story I can.
Groovy Chill.
Groovy Chill had that movie House Party.
Right.
He was vibing off a house party. 8 stars. Like, I don't know nothing. I'm out on the road. And me and Daryl, me and D, Chill, we always laugh about this because I see them, they had a whole bunch of, white chicks. And I'm seeing the glass, they in a restaurant, right? This is the funny. So they in a restaurant, they eating lobster, shrimp, and everything. I'm like, oh shit, so I'm from the hood. I go, I'm trying to get in, like, yo, I'm following them C2. Like, niggas, like, I ain't gonna say which one, but just check this out. I'm coming in and the guy puts his hand in front of me, like, no, father. You can't, no, father. You can't come in, right? I'm like, yo, what's up? There's a certain level. There's rules to this shit. There's a certain level you can't come in because the chicks.
Right.
Looking like a sad puppy, like walking out, looking at the window and them niggas eating. And I said, when I get big, I'm gonna put these niggas on tour with me again, right? We gonna repeat this shit. And this day, I go to Africa after that. Blow Father is starting to take off crazy in New York. We in Africa. And we with this Haitian group, we with Patti LaBelle, Jermaine Jackson, David Peaston, all of us, right?
Hey.
Jermaine Jackson was acting like a diva. I ain't gonna front. He was like no.
See that.
And he was going for it at first, right? But then we had to go to see the president in Senegal. We was in Senegal, and we had to go to Gambia, and then Senegal and Gambia started warring. So we took the plane over to Senegal, to Gambia. We couldn't take the plane back because they start warring. They were scared. They were shooting over. They shoot the planes down, right? Okay. So now I got David Peaston, and I'm like, how we getting the fuck back? They got. You take us to the ocean, so I'm thinking we can get on a boat. We're gonna chill. They got 9 rafts. What? 9 rafts, and they got boats on the raft. You can't make this shit up. This shit is crazy. 9 goats on each raft. A raft a piece had a goat. So I'm like, what's that? What's the raft for?
That's how you get in the bag.
If something happens, that's your food, nigga. So then they had 2 skinny African kids, no older than 13. I'm looking, one's at the top of the boat, the one's at the bottom of the, outside, sitting, he's standing in the ocean, and he's holding the boat. So I'm looking, I'm like, what is they doing? They said, they're steerers. So I said, what's the steerer? They said they gonna steer us to the other side of the ocean.
They gonna take you where you need to go.
Now I'm looking at all of this shit, right? This is crazy. So I'm looking at David Peaston, and I'm looking at Jermaine Jackson, I'm not getting on that. Them niggas, the promoter lady, she gave in. She was like, I can't take this shit. Well, stay here, motherfucker. Shit. Wore 400 or 500 pounds. I'm on the raft with him. I'm like, oh shit, this is crazy. The raft stopped. When we get halfway there, 20 feet or so before we get back into Senegal, the raft stops. I'm like, what the hell's happening? What's going on? I'm ready to jump out and swim to shore, right?
Right.
I see the African kid get out, the first one on the top. He gets out and jumps, holds the raft. I'm looking at this cat like, yo, the other one, I'm thinking they get ready to rob us because the other one jumps out in the back too, and he holds it. And he's like, pass you your luggage. Mm-hmm. So he puts the luggage down. Then he says, come. Like, come here, nigga. Where we going to?
Right.
Go, right here. So we had to get up, sit on old boy shoulders. and they walked us to shore. I said, wait a minute. I said, I want to see this. I want to see him. Who's gonna
hold this big ass?
Yo, dude, them little dudes walked David Peach in like it was nothing.
Oh man. Yo, let me. You was talking about earlier, like how dudes were saying like the singing on the records or whatever it is. Like, yo, I look at it like this: like record sales is record sales, radio spins are radio spins. At the end of the day, people can say whatever they want, but they want to sell records. After hearing other artists or people come at you like that, is there ever a time where you said, you know what, I want to make records that's not that doesn't cater more towards the female audience? I want to make street records. Like, did people ever influence you or try to influence you to change?
Once I saw the check, it was over. It was over. It's like, I remember I flew in, I was on tour, and we had like a 4-day run or a 3-day run, where the bus would just be on the road, just going. So my manager, I said, yo, I want to see the Hammer. I want to see Hammer in concert. Mm-hmm. So he said, all right, I'll fly you in and you'll fly back out and meet your bus, right? So I said, okay. So they fly me out, get me the tickets to Madison Square Garden. I'm the most worst dude in the world. I forget I'm Father MC. They had me at Will to go into the Will call, to go, that's where you go in the back.
Yeah, right.
I go straight through because the girl knew who I was. She said, oh my God, Father. She said, come. I'm thinking I'm doing the normal shit. So I walked, and then no bodyguard. I walk into Madison Square Garden, and I'm walking down because that's where the VIP all the way in the back. The whole damn stadium starts standing up. And next thing you know, I see Bobby Brown sitting on the side of the stage. And Bobby sent his bodyguards to go snatch me because it was crazy. It was pandemonium.
Nuts in there.
It was just me. And I'm just walking. And next thing you know, the whole Madison, I'm not even, no exaggeration, just went nuts. All the chicks start jumping over the things, coming, and the bodyguards, thanks to Bob, man. And we talk about this all the time. Yo, dude, how he saved me. And at this point, I never met Bob. I never met him before that. And he looking at me because he's sitting down and he's looking at me like this, like, yeah, you stole my video. I'm like, yeah. But it was crazy. And Hammer was coming on. I've never seen so many gangsters and thugs when Hammer came on, jump on the chairs. You can't touch this. Doom, doom, doom. All the words, everything. And I'm sitting here like, ain't this some shit?
Hammer was a gangster himself.
Mm-hmm. All day. People don't know that. And his brother, Lewis, is crazier. Lewis Burrell.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, Hammer was G-checking all kind of people. Like, rappers people thought was thugs, and Hammer was pushing up on them like, yo.
Yeah, and Hammer wasn't no punk either. I was on the road with him because I did a lot of spot dates. Like tours, we did like the heavy crazy tours was crazy. But in between those tours, like we'd be in rehearsal. So ICM would set us up because ICM wanted to get their bread too. Right. Every time count. So they set us up with spot dates. So I was doing spot dates with like everyone who had a hit record, like in Arkansas, Miami, anywhere. And I seen a lot of these artists, man, a lot. In the beginning, I was out with Poor Righteous Teachers a lot.
PRT.
Yeah, I was out with them brothers, cool brothers. The tours was crazy. High Five Troop, Candyman, Tony, Salt and Pepper, Father and State. That was one tour. EPMD.
That's a great lineup right there.
To answer your question, I went on a street tour. EPMD, DJ Quick, Chub Rock, Father MC, and Candyman. Okay. And DJ Quick ain't and Too Short. Wow. Okay. And Quick ain't nothing to be messed with on the road, dude. I mean, phew, I've seen it. So when, and I asked Eric Sermon, man, I said, yo, why y'all got me on this tour, man? He said, yo, man. And Eric
told about tickets.
He said, you gonna bring the women. I never had a problem getting paid. I was like the first one. They would pay me after they got paid. They would have to, everybody else would have to wait. He would hit my road manager in before we hit that stage and say, yo, Paul, you straight, man. You straight? Yeah, all right. In the stage, they can see this fight. And I asked him, he said, man, I'm hanging out with you. Because every state we got into, Eric is the craziest dude ever. I love him. He would knock on my bus like, yo, where we going? We going sound check or we going to the mall? What we doing? Every place we went, the promoters would come. You know how much money I made besides doing shows on the show? Because there would always be somebody with a camera and a stand. And he'd be like, yo, Father MC, man, listen, man. No matter what you got, I got like $2,000. Can I give you $2,000 just for 40 minutes, man?
Stand there.
You stand here and take these pictures. He give me $2,000 like straight up out the gate.
Yeah. Easy money.
5 people come, or 1,000. You know, I'm there for 40 minutes. And he do it. And then we was playing CeeLo on the road, on the tour bus playing CeeLo. I mean, the next tours we had was it was so many, man. It was so many. The tours that took the 2 years apart, because that's why my albums were 2 years apart. Because we go on tour a year in the States, tour bus take us right to the airport. We going overseas for that next year.
Right.
And we was doing it, and it was crazy. It was crazy, man. Just to be out there and seeing the people that really love you, like Japan, seeing Japan, how they don't speak a bit of English, but know every word to your records.
Verbatim, baby.
Verbatim.
Yo, we respect you as an MC, but let me ask you this. I don't know how true it is. At what point were you doing dance hall?
I never did dance hall.
Never. That was the myth.
Let me clear this shit up. All right, let me clear this shit up.
Clear that out.
Right? I never was married to Teresa Randall. Was Teresa my girl? Yeah. Me and Teresa was smashing. That was my girl. But married? Nah. That was nah. She's a very beautiful girl, a good friend, but never said I do. Never been married. I don't know where that shit. I think it came from we went to a red carpet event and
y'all together.
And we was together. They seen us, and somebody was like, "Oh God, they get married."
Yeah.
And that was that. Never married her. Never married her. You know, I hope she's doing good, but never married her.
Okay. And no dance hall, no reggae for you either.
Never.
Okay, that clears it up.
You know, I mean, if I was, it would be, yeah, you know. But no.
Absolutely. Yo, talk about how was it working with Hev being on Uptown?
Hev was the best, man. Hev was the best. Because I remember we did the MTV Unplugged, the Uptown Unplugged in LA out here. And we had to go live, and like I just did Pimp or Die to the soundtrack, Who's the Man? So I just did that in New York the day before. Flew me out to LA. Come to find out, I gotta memorize that shit because I'm doing that record live on the Uptown Unplugged, right? Then they want us to go, they booked time for us to write something so we all can go do a record together. That's called Uptown Unplugged.
Yeah, I love that joint.
See Mary and everybody, and I was the first one to set it off. And I was like, oh my God, Hev. And you gotta do all your other hits.
Right.
You feel me? So I'm like, I barely just know Pimp or Die. Now they got me doing this other record with all of us, and we're live. It ain't no cut.
No rehearsals, none of that.
Nothing. And I just was all week. I was like, this man, I know I'm gonna fuck up. So I started thinking to myself, if I fuck up, I'm just gonna start flowing something else. Whatever.
Improvise, baby.
Yeah, I was ready to. But you could see if you watch that Uptown MTV Unplugged, if you watch it, you'll know when I knew I was safe. And I knew I was like, and Hev was just like this, and then hit me like you did it. Like I passed through. I was like, be the idiot on stage on this one, buddy.
I miss Hev, man.
Me too.
I do.
Yeah.
Man.
Rest in peace, Heavy D.
I really do miss Hev, man. For real.
Hev was a real dude, man. Hev was a real dude, man. Like he was the coolest. Like it was like nothing you could think of bad to say about Hev.
Yeah, real, man. And Eddie F did a couple of your joints, right? Was he producing a lot of joints?
Eddie did on the second album. I went to Eddie because Eddie, me and him used to always like bug out, like, yo, you gonna come, you gonna rock, man. I used to always make jokes like, you just want to just give Heavy the flavor. So I'm gonna go and get me some other flavor. And he was like, I said, I want Eddie. I told Andre in front of Eddie. I said, what, you gonna try to charge me extra now? Because, you know, and I said, nigga, I'm about to call MCA on your ass. He said, and me and Eddie built a relationship, a friendship, and we started, you know, we said, okay, these are the days I'm coming to the studio. I bring Mary. They'd get a limo, and we go there and didn't have no idea how I wrote, how I came up. I don't even remember how I came up with One Night Stand. I know how, when I said, nah, baby, it was a joke. Because Mary was singing, like, all you want from me is one. And I was like, yeah, baby. You know, I said, nah, baby. And then I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. I said, what? That, nah, baby. And then he started, like, doing what he do. You know what I'm saying?
He added that in, yeah.
Yeah, he added that in. Yeah, that was my dream. And then
tell me about working with Howie T.
Oh, Howie was the best, man. Let me tell you something. This is before I ever had one record, right? So I'm out making the first album, and Howie, you can't forget, he had Chub Rock, he had Special Ed.
Yeah,
his house to go make my record, man. You know, usually producers is happy to see you because that's a check. I'm a check to them. I had 2 tour buses, and Father MC wasn't on his mind at that point because he had to make sure he had to get Special Ed. His tour bus was there. Chub Rock's tour bus was there. So they getting ready to leave. So he had to make sure all of the dancers, and that's the first time I ever saw some shit like that. I'm saying, damn, I can't wait till it's my turn. Because I'm seeing with like boxes of fucking Heineken loading the truck, the bus up, trophy, loading the shit up. I was like, I want to come, you know, like, dude. It was crazy, and I just said it's coming, and I'll never forget Howie T just hit me like he said, "You ready, Bob?" I was like this, damn, I want to go with them. He said, yours is coming sooner than you think. He said, trust me, yours is coming. He said, I was at Uptown and I heard a marketing meeting. You get ready to have probably 2 of those yourself.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. And it was good because a lot of people was telling me like what the record label had planned for me.
Right.
You know, before I even knew. So I knew what I was walking into, but I didn't know to the extreme of the, you know, like, is this shit really popping? Is it really gonna go down the way they saying it is? And when I saw it, and every time they told me, it happened.
Yeah, right. You had monster singles on that first album. There had to be some nerves about the second album or concern, like, damn, how I'm gonna follow up what I did on that first album.
In the beginning, I wasn't afraid. I wasn't. I was like, all right, give me my check and let's go to work. But then I was in Far Rockaway. And I was going to get my hair cut, and I seen these kids I went to school with, 2 of them. And I heard them, you know, I'm like, yeah, that was luck. The first album was luck. He ain't going to be able to repeat himself the second one. I'm like, yo, really? That's how niggas think? And that's when I start getting hip to the sophomore jinx, yeah. I started getting hip to that, right? I was like, oh, shit. Like, niggas really... You know, and I kept hearing radio stations, is Father gonna do it again? Can Father repeat the successor? So I had a Puffy had the basketball at the college.
College joint.
And my girl, she was pregnant. Her name was Sonia, and she passed away.
Wow.
And the crazy shit was crazy. I had my bodyguards with me. We walk in. I walked in. I kid you not. I walked right out because she was with Misa in them. So I'm saying, all right, babe, I'll speak to you later. I'll catch you later on. I'm about to go with the fellas. And she was like, all right. I walked out so easy. You get what I'm saying? Like literally no pushing and shoving, no just get out. My bodyguards, of course they cleared the way, but I'm out. And it didn't seem like nothing was gonna happen. Like it would have never, if you was there, never would have. It was crowded as fuck. Don't get me wrong, but it's like you go to a club and the club is crowded.
Right.
But,
it was normal for it to be like that.
Man, I go to my daughter's house. I drop everybody off. I go to my daughter's house to go pick up my daughter. And my daughter's mother told me, you heard about your girlfriend? And I said, what are you talking about? And she told me. And I said, what? And I couldn't believe it. And then next thing you know, I'm turning on the news and I'm hearing the pandemonium on the radio station. Like, oh my God, catastrophe. And that's what made me name the record, the second album, Close to You. After it happened, I took off for a minute. Everybody, Puff was saying he was sorry, and I didn't blame Puff at all. You know what I'm saying? I didn't blame him. It was just some weird shit like that happened. And Puff introduced me to it. That's why I was so grateful, because me and Puff was in DC. We was headed to DC to Howard. I was doing Howard. And he said, his girl Misa was coming. And he said, yo, father, could you just please, I want to spend some time with Misa. So could you please, she got her girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. I get to Howard, nigga, I renege. I say, yo, boy. Nigga. I go downstairs, true story. I go downstairs, go get me and Puff soda. I meet Sonia. I don't know who Sonia is at this point. So I'm like, oh my gosh. Yo, I ran back upstairs, told Puff, nigga, the deal is off. You on your own. The deal is off, nigga. Yeah. Next thing you know, he's like, Puff, I'll never forget, he's standing in the window like this, like, damn, man. All right, man. Misa comes into the room. Hey, father, what's up? Hey, what's up, Mies? And then I go to the bathroom, coming out, and it's Sonya. And I say, yo, Puff, that's her. That's what I was talking about. Puff, that smile on his face, I'll never forget it. Like, he was like, yes. I said, oh, yeah, I'm in. I'm in.
Yo, did you know that Puff was going to be what he is now?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Puff, Mary, all of them, son.
Absolutely. Especially Puff, though. Absolutely.
And what did you see in him that told you that?
In DC, he told me straight up. He said, I'm about to go on the stage and perform in front of 25,000 people. And Puff's on my tour bus letting me hear Biggie's tape. That's before Biggie ever came out. And he's like, what you think about Big? I was like, Big is hot. Big is hot. Because I saw his vision. And then he's like, I can't wait. He says, I'm gonna give myself $1 million. Watch and see. I'm gonna give me $1 million. And I'm gonna sell out more concerts than all y'all niggas. And he meant it so much. He meant it. And I seen it. And I seen the moves he was making to make it make sense. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And I knew that he was gonna be who he was gonna become. I knew it. Like I knew Gary. I knew Jodeci was gonna come out and sell records. I knew Father MC was gonna do his thing. People kill me when they ask me, what do I hear all the time? What do I hear all the time about Puff? Me and Puff. That you ain't mad at Puff. Why should I be mad at this nigga? Why? I'm saying myself,
we opened the lane for a lot of people, man.
Right. Yeah, I came out to become Father MC, right? That was my main thing. That's who I set out to become, and I achieved it. Mm-hmm. I wasn't mad at me. I still got the relationships with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I didn't never reached out for a handout from nobody. Niggas want to know how this nigga living in a $3 million man. Let me do my thing. I sold a lot of records. I have invested very well. That's why it was like a month ago I heard that Father MC was homeless. There was a guy on the internet saying that he didn't, but let me take this back. He didn't say he was Father MC. It said on the caption, he was in a shelter, but he had a video of himself. And the caption said, he's mad at Puffy.
Oh.
So I don't know why whoever said Father MC, right? So I go to the thing. I said, let me see this shit. I go look at it, and I'm laughing. This nigga's in the shelter. I ain't laughing because he's in the shelter. I'm laughing because he's stupid. Like, he's showing you his face. He's showing you his face. Like, are y'all serious?
Not like you.
Nothing like me, and you can't even like get it twisted. So, you know, you gotta, you know, one thing I tell everybody, we chose this game. We chose this game. So we got to take the good, we got to take the bad, and you got to deal with it. But when you do something good, it's going to outweigh everything, and the bad is forgotten, and let's go. You know?
Yo, that's America. America, they love to see it come up, but they love even more to see somebody downfall.
They love a crash. They love a plane crash, man.
Yeah, that part. That part.
So let's change gears a little bit. Let's talk about what brought the idea for Black Disney. And I want to say to you personally, wait a minute, with that sucker MC beat. Oh my God, son! I was in here blasting that before we came on. I was like, that right there, that's an intro song right there. Wait a minute, here I am. The God is back. Let's listen. Make sure you lay that out. But let's talk about Black Disney. What's that about?
Well, you know, like I wasn't gonna do no more albums, to be honest with you. I was gonna just live it out. And then as I decided to start traveling to, you know, like a lot of places, like Hawaii, for instance. When I went to Hawaii, I never had fun in a lot of these places because it was always work.
Work, right.
You know, so I said, well, I got the time. Let me just start traveling. And I went to Hawaii last year like 6 times. And I was supposed to go back to Hawaii. Then COVID hit. Like, so I'm thinking, all right, you know, well, you know, COVID will be over in like a month or two, so I'll get ready to go. And then they start banning everything. And everywhere, I was going to London, I was going to Germany, I was going to places to see. I did have fun in certain spots, but I mean, to really visit. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I toured London 18 times one year, in a year, you know? And I said, everybody was like, Father, you gonna come out? You gonna come out? So my engineer, Animal, that's his name, Animal. He's an artist.
Yo, I don't mean to cut your wisdom. I got a friend I grew up with. His name is Animal, but his nickname is Father.
That's crazy.
Yo, he looked just like you. So when back then, when you had the and all that, I swear to you, I know he's gonna watch this. Just shout out to Animal. Yo, we call him Father to this day. Go ahead, bro.
But he told me, he kept saying, man, come on, bro. And his sister is Issa Rae. That's his real sister, like blood sister. And he's J. Cole's engineer as well. So, you know, he you know, every time he'd always say it, I said, all right, let's make something real quick. We get in there, we start dibbling and dabbing, and then made it for industry head. I let an industry head, I ain't gonna put him on blast, but I let him hear it. He was like, it's go time for you. It's go time for you. And I was like, nah, it ain't, I'm cool. And then I just like in my room meditating and I got the word like, let's go. It's go time.
Right.
So you know, I started putting it together and I wanted the ink to be a little more progressive this trip on Black Disney. Mm-hmm. And I kind of figured out my style. Like I wanted to talk to myself. And if you, like, if I'm talking to you right now, like I say, get it? Like I'm saying it, like if you listen to the album, like I'm talking to you, like, look, man, like I'm right there with you. So I'm trying to make it more personable to who I'm with, whoever listening to it, I'm talking to you, like we right here, like, yo, check this out. Like you could understand where I'm at with it, you know? And to get the response I'm getting on the records is crazy. And then with Uptown, the movie with BT, 3-part series, it was like, it's the best time to do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's the best time to do it. I'm not going to drop an album without the marketing and all of the other stuff in back of it. So I learned from the best. So I got Uptown the movie. Me and Jimmy Jenkins and Jannar Parker. Jimmy Jenkins was the vice president of Uptown.
Right.
We got in touch, and we started this thing called Uptown Beyond. So it's a play for Andre, like we giving him his roses wherever.
Right. That's dope.
We interviewed all of the artists. Then we interviewed the Beyond part is letting the world know, okay, Andre was responsible for everybody in music game. But we also had television. We had New York Undercover. We had the movie Honey. You know, a lot of people don't know stuff like that. And then we had the other part of the world when after Uptown, after Motown, after DreamWorks. You know what I'm saying? He had the movie side where Dre was moving to the movie side, and we interviewing Johnny Depp, you know, Demi Moore. You know, we interviewing Sylvester Stallone. We interviewing these real heavyweight celebrities that love this man.
Nice.
You know, so it was more than just Andre had a vision. He had a vision, and he was taking it to the next level. Andre was my guy, man.
The man, the myth, the legend, man.
Tell me this. What was your favorite one or two features? And if you had to pick an artist right now from any genre to record a song with, who would be the what would be the dream collaboration?
I would like to do a record
whether hip hop or R&B, whatever genre.
I would like to do a record with me, Jay, and 50.
That'll be tough. That'll be tough right there.
I would like that. I would like that lineup. And singers, if I would love if Bob Marley was living, me, Bob, and Marvin Gaye.
I tell you what though, being that you brought up Bob Marley, you know his grandson Skip sounds a lot like him. Skip Marley.
Really? Skip Marley.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got a good 3 or 4 songs that get a lot of especially down here because I'm in Maryland. I'm in Fulton County, and that dude definitely gets a lot of radio play down here. Skip Marley, he sounds just like Bob Marley.
Ziggy, what is Ziggy doing as well?
I haven't heard much from Ziggy. I hear more from Skip Marley and Damian Marley.
Yeah, Damian is doing his thing out there.
Yeah, Damian got some heavy stuff out there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Damian turned the penitentiary into a weed farm too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He out there making that bread, yo.
New Jack Swing. Tell us. What's New Jack Swing?
What's New Jack Swing?
Yeah. What's New Jack Swing?
Teddy Riley's New Jack Swing all day. But Andre Harrell is so funny. Andre Harrell made that name up and gave it to Teddy. He's the New Jack Swing. You know, Andre had Teddy. He had all of them. Man. This man, when MCA gave Andre Harrell the deal, and that's why I tell people this all the time, like, you could be sitting under somebody, but he made it look easy the way Andre made it look easy. Like, you know, a lot of people like want to know, like, I could do that. You know, these white boys, they skipped over me. No, these white boys saw it in Dre, and somebody got to see it in you to believe it in you. Just because you his man or his man don't mean you can do what he do.
Right.
And Andre knew how to put out a fire real quick. Andre never had to get loud and curse and yell. Andre would talk to you. He could be dropping you for life, and you get ready to go be poor. But he'd be saying it so delicate. You know, yeah, nigga, you getting evicted. You're gonna see your clothes and furniture outside in the street, but it's okay.
The gift of gab.
He definitely got the gift of gab, son.
He was cool, man. Damn.
Yo, I always wonder how'd y'all get all those samples cleared.
Yeah.
Yo, because and you was a lot of popular shit too.
Yeah, and it was the sample house. It was the sample house and the producers. Like, that was sampling the records. Like, you know, hey, you got to pay for it, but it's due to the artist. Like I didn't make in the beginning. I didn't make no money on "I'll Do for You," nothing in the beginning. She robbed me crazy. She took what 150,000 or 200, I forget, up front. She wanted that up front off the rip, and then she wanted 100%.
Wow, 103, son. That was a free song.
You know what Dre told me? He said, sometimes you got to lose to win.
Because you probably get it back in the show.
Make that support the album.
Right.
Yeah.
So
damn.
It made sense.
Yo, that's a crazy deal right there. Yo, that's like highway robbery. But I heard of somebody else who had a story like that, like Lord Tariq and Peter Guns when they had the song Deja Vu. Happened with them, that they had to give everything over, and they figured out, it's all right, we'll make another Deja Vu. And it's had to be the biggest. Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, Grammy, everything on your record.
And you rock on all the classics too, man. There's a joint to the wheels fall off to the Michael Jackson joint. I'm like, yo, son, it's crazy right here, man.
You know, Michael Jackson's manager was my manager, Frank DeLeo.
Really?
Yeah, Frank DeLeo, God bless him, rest his peace. He came for Father MC. If you look on Everything's Gonna Be Alright, if you look on Coaster U album cover and everything else, you'll see management, Frank DeLeo management. That's how I got that Michael Jackson shit cleared, like easy. That's how I was the first rapper to give an award to Michael Jackson at the Grammys, me and Silk. And I'm looking crazy. I'm looking at Mike because I'm a fan. I'm looking at him like,
wow, this is happening.
On stage, like this is crazy.
This is happening right now.
Back in the Shrine Theater, all I'm hearing is. I'm seeing a whole bunch of cops. I'm like, what, niggas done shot this shit up? I don't know. Wheelchair being pulled, like pushed. Next thing you know, I'm seeing elephants and tigers in cages. I'm like, this shit is crazy.
Crazy. So who are you working with now?
Well, on the album,
yeah,
I have a lot of surprises. I have a lot of surprises, man. But I have joint. You got to check it out.
Okay, all right, leave it up to that. I'll
what records did my manager give you? What
we heard. Let's see. We heard I'm Back. We heard Cocky. No, I Don't.
Yeah.
And we heard She Likes You.
Oh, I'm gonna keep it real. I was in your IG, bro. You got too much. You got a lot of shit on your IG, bro.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
A lot of shit on your IG. That's why I heard the wait a minute with the sucker MCs. Back that up. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not. That shit is
yeah,
son. I'm loving it, yo. I'm like,
it's not apologizing. I'm not apologetic.
I'm loving all of that, man. I need to hear that. I can't wait, man. For real.
Hey, Father MC, tell me who do you listen to now? Like whether you have it on the regular personal playlist or like who's maybe like 5 artists of whatever genre that get you.
I'm weird, man. I'm weird. I listen to. I'm just gonna go with the rap because my playlist it varies crazy. Like I like Grease. You're the one that I want. I rock shit like that because I'll be listening for the sample aspect of it. Jadakiss in my top 5. Okay. Jay-Z, of course. I love Jay-Z. I don't care what nobody say. Whatever, money. Biggie still to this day. I'm a fan of B.I.G. and I knew him personally, and that was my guy. Do I like? I don't really like him though.
All right, now
I don't like him.
Fab, I like Fab.
Yeah, Fab.
Like
Fab. Yeah.
And who else? I'm still gonna stick to my bottom truth. Rakim, Eric B. and Rakim.
Rakim.
Can't go wrong with that.
You can't lose with that.
Rakim to this day, that when he said, "I take 7 MCs, put them in a line. I take 7 more brothers who think they can rhyme. It will take 7 more. Go for mine." Now that's 21 MCs ate up at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I almost quit. I said, there ain't no way. And then Nas too. I rock with Nas too. You a slave to a page in my rhyme book. That was the craziest shit ever to me. Ever. You know.
Well, you know what? Being that you broke, you brought up the Nas part, right? Now, back when, real briefly, back when Ether came out, what did you like? Was you with Jay or was you with Nas for that?
I can't. I was with Jay until I heard that one line. You a slave to a page in my rhyme book. That did it for me. That did it for me. I was with Jay all the way. I'm going. Don't talk me to death. But when I heard
that was on Made You Look. That was a hot track.
I started pulling out here, nigga. I was like, oh my God.
I'm gonna sneak in one more real quick though, if y'all don't mind, fellas. Would you ever be willing to do a versus battle?
I would, but it just depends. Because I know who people will pin me up against, and then I know who they pin me up against. I already know that. But at the end of the day, it's like, how would you judge it? Because I'm looking at it like, if you judge popularity, I got a very, very good chance of busting ass. If you judge lyrical from those albums back then, okay, commercial. So they may have it. If you judge record sales, I got a good chance. If you judge hit records, I'm winning.
You're winning, yes, sir.
I got catalog like all day. So it depends on what you're really going for. You know what I'm saying?
What would pair you up with?
Sure, man.
Here we go. Drum roll.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking. I don't know. I ain't starting nothing. I ain't gonna say that. No, I'll be on the radio like, nigga, this nigga said you. I really don't know, but at the end of the day, I mean, I'm here for it though. I can say this: like, the verses is cool, but I would say put niggas on records together. Give niggas records. Let niggas go with records. You know. Yeah. Let them go with records and let them, get the anxiety out.
Yeah. You did some work with Little Sean too, right?
Yeah, Sean, my cat, man. Yeah, I haven't spoken to Sean in years though, but yeah.
Yeah, he got his podcast now too. He do Behind the Smoke.
Really?
Yeah. You guys, he's on YouTube. He's all over the place. He wrote a book. He was on Drink Champs. Like, he's really like resurfacing and doing his thing.
That's good, man. That's good, man. That's good. That's really good.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy, right? Okay. Did any of y'all see that Woody Williams story?
Nah, I ain't watching.
The one that came out on Lifetime that everybody talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, now shout out to Lil Sean, right? But I remember when Lil Sean was on Nori's podcast, right? He was saying how him and Eric B it was some tension over
about to get us implicated a flag.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, I don't know, because Sean said that him and Eric B was dating the same woman, but being that Wendy Williams gave the spin and spilled the beans on Eric B, I wonder if the same woman that they were dating was Wendy Williams.
Father MC, next question. Next question.
This is a little of the topic. I hear you doing real estate, bro. You selling houses?
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely flipping them. Making it make sense. I also did a record with Ash Yet. I don't know if you guys remember the group Ash.
I remember Ash Yet.
I just did a record with them. It's on my. You can go on my IG and check shit out too, or I can have my manager just get it to y'all and check it out. They hot.
I personally want. Wait a minute, Mr. Manager. I know you back there.
My manager, he hear you.
I want that one. I want to blast that in my car, son.
Yeah.
I need that.
So how did your separation from Uptown come about?
Well, at the end of the day, when my dad passed, I was like, okay, I needed the time, and I knew that Dre was selling Uptown to Motown. And I was wanting to move to Atlanta at the time. And Dre wouldn't give me a release. He wouldn't give me a release. I got a release. I had to blackmail him. I had to say, yo, it was Valentine's Day weekend. And Christopher Williams, crazy ass, was supposed to do a show in Detroit or Chicago for the ladies. And Chris bailed the fuck out. So Uptown is in trouble now. They getting called to MCA because the radio station out there said, I'm dropping every fucking body. It's y'all, Christopher Williams ass. I'm about to blackball him, and I'm about to fucking blackball every record on MCA and Uptown. Niggas, 80 Washington, God bless him, and Ernie Singleton called Andre and was like, fix it, nigga. They said the only artist we have that we want is Father MC. If y'all can't give us Christopher Williams, give us Father MC. That's when I get the call. That's how I got off Uptown. I was like, I said, now y'all want something from me, then I want something from y'all. And that's how it was. But Dre never gave me a release. I never was officially released from Uptown.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Never was released from Uptown. Never got that slip. Like how record labels be sending cat shit. I ain't never get that. Right. I ain't get that. I'm Uptown for life, baby.
Yeah,
I ain't never get dropped. I was the only artist that could really go in Uptown and sit like Burt Padell, good example. My accountant, Burt Padell. I used to interrupt I had relationships with these cats. I'd interrupt his meeting with like, he represented Madonna, he represented everybody, all the heavy hitters. I'd just walk in the office and sit in your meeting, money, like, yo, Bert, I need some grit right now, money. Like, especially don't get it twisted. If it was Christmas time or something and I needed to get something, right? Yo, Bert, it's only gonna take 5 minutes, man. Just go and tell Catherine to go, my bookkeeper to go write it up because I gotta get out of here. And he just look at me. This white old man would just look at me like crazy, like this. Like this nigga is crazy. He look, you can read his mind. So, my thing was relationship. Relationships and maintaining the relationships. And that's why me and Puff to this day is on money. It's like the maintain your relationships and to keep it going is one thing, but to actually, anybody can pick up a phone call, but conversations about it.
That's right.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
And I try to keep it 100 through the pipeline from, like somebody in an interview last week just asked me, like, did I ever change? Did the game change me? The game made me smarter, but the money didn't change me because I think the people around me changed. I don't think I really changed because I'd always be that same dude. I'll help somebody if they got bags in the car. I don't care the celebrity. What I did, I bought my mother a home. My first single, I bought her a home. I mean,
you kept your integrity, man.
Yeah. And I think that Father didn't never sell himself out. I ain't never sell myself out to whatever mythical things that they say is out there.
Right. That's right.
Brothers knew how to come to me. So I think they had the respect in their lap to understand if we go to Father this way, he gonna OD on us. So if it ever was any funny style shit, I own up to everything I did. Like when I got locked up on Wendy Williams radio, hey, it was, all right, come on, send me to jail. Let's go. I'm getting out. They gave me a party in Manhattan and the helicopters was in the air. I had 6 chicks with me going to the hotel, and the fat Puerto Rican detective, he had his badge and he standing there like acting like he a bum, and he's like, "Fall MC," and I was drunk as fuck, and he's like, yo, how you do it, man? And he showed me his badge, and I said,
wow.
I had Connie Brown with me, my management at the time, and she's looking, and I'm like, I got the 6 chicks, and I'll never forget. I asked them, I said, yo, can you just put cops in front of the room for just like it was crazy, man. So The Playgirl, I did the Playgirl. You know,
I was gonna ask you how you landed Playgirl.
I was sex symbol, and you know, I wasn't the rapper talking about guns and shooting shit up. I was talking about women. So they stepped to me 3 times at Madison Square Garden. This is the crazy part. 2 times I denied them. The 3rd time they came to me with the envelope and the card, and she had a figure written on the card. And I was running on stage, and I looked at the figure, and I was like, "Oh shit!" It made me run back. I was like, "Go, let's go."
Wow.
So, I mean, man, it's to the good. And when this COVID is over, you know, we're gonna go out there and make some more history.
That's right. Yeah. I can't wait. Man. I can't wait.
Father MC, we appreciate it, man. Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Yo, we got the new music too. You know, I was talking to your manager. I told your manager we definitely gonna, you know, promote it. We're gonna put it in the video and everything. Yo, this was dope talking to you, man.
It's a good OG conversation. It's like we hanging with the OG right now, man.
Yeah, man. I had a blast, and I appreciate y'all, man. And anything I can do or y'all need from my camp, y'all just hit Jay up and we make it happen.